What's up, fashion besties? I am back, your favorite personal stylist, as always. And the only Holly you need to know, we are here at the Fashion Crimes Podcast with a designer spotlight. We are so excited. We have a very special guest today, very special brand out of San Diego. I'm very, very hyped up for this. We have been trying to get this on the books, but before we get to our very important guest, I just want to make sure that everybody knows that flying off the printing press at Amazon Books is stop making these fashion mistakes by yours truly. Is your image holding you back? This captivating and quick style guide can instantly help you break the cycle of feeling like you look just okay and good enough to feeling proportionate, empowered, and self-confident. It describes in detail the top fashion style mistakes that people make without even knowing it. While learning these short style principles, you will soon understand why keeping your closet out of chaos, that's a big one, wearing the correct fitting undergarments, and dressing according to your lifestyle, age, and body type can do nothing but evolve your personal style. Getting dressed is something that should add joy and confidence to your everyday life, not bring you down. You too can have complete control over the message that you're sending to the world by using style as a tool to get ahead in life, not leave you behind. Now, not every day is going to be a home run. I get it, but you do have the option to opt in and dress the way that makes you feel like authentically you. This book is the first step in making your style evolution to get unstuck. I cannot think of a better way to make your outside match your inside with Stop Making These Fashion Mistakes. Get your copy now on Amazon.com. Just type in Holly Katz book or Stop Making These Fashion Mistakes, and it will come right up for you. It is about a 15-minute read, and it makes a great gift. Let's be honest. Come on, y'all. I know you know some people who need this book. Stop Making These Fashion Mistakes by me. Anyway, we are getting to the guest. Sea and Grass is a beautiful bag company. They make straw bags. I found them on a sustainable website. I want to welcome to the show brand director of Sea and Grass, Malia Engelbach. Did I say it right?
Malia Engelbach.
Engelbach. John, let's get some applause here. Malia, so happy that you joined us. And I know you are so busy because you have back to school little kids. You're on a different time zone. I appreciate your time, and I'm so grateful that you're here with us. I want you to first tell us all about you and who you are and how you play this major role in this amazing sustainable brand.
Thank you, Holly. So first of all, I just wanted to say thanks for having me on. We love sharing our story, which I'm going to share with you next. And that's really the reason that we do everything, run our family, run our business. So thank you so much for having us on.
Of
So
course.
my name's Malia. I'm the brand director for Sea and Grass, which pretty much means I do everything the owner does and we do everything together. We're pretty much like sisters. So here I am helping her run the whole brand side. I do all the creative parts, all the signage, kind of anything with creative, whether it become picking colors, helping with styles. And she kind of runs more of the numbers and business side, but we do work great together. But being able to find a position in any job where you get to use your talents like creativity, interest in fashion, all of those are such a win when you're looking for a profession.
Amazing. What is your background?
Well, well, I am Hawaiian, but my history of working, my professional background is I've been in retail and with sales pretty much my whole life since I think I was 13 was my first retail job. So throughout retail, as you could tell, I'm very chatty and friendly. So I've, of course, done very well in sales. I just have continued to rise up. My position before here, I really loved and I was great at it, but I didn't really have any forward movement. I didn't have any creativity. I didn't have the passion for fashion. I was great at it, but it wasn't my forever calling. So coming together with my pretty much sister, Pam, and helping her build this brand has just been like a dream come true.
So what happened? Did you know Pam before or what? What happened? Tell us about
Oh,
the meeting of the minds.
yeah, great question. So she and I are friends through our husbands, and our husbands have been best friends since the first day of college a million years ago. And
Mhm.
so ever since we both have gotten with our guys before when we were dating, we already were becoming friends. And then now we all have girls, and they're all the same age, and so they're best friends. The dads are best friends, and now the moms are best friends. So to be honest, it is a dream come true. I never thought I would be able to have an opportunity like this.
Did she just come to you and is like, "Hey, I wanna start doing this. Do you wanna help me?" Or
So
what did she say to you?
the business has been going for over 7 years, and around the 5 year mark, I was looking for a change in my profession, and she knew everything about me. She never thought she would ever be able to get me. So she was like, "Okay, well, before you get another job, can you help me with some things?" And so I said, "Of course." And no one wants to get another job anyway. So we just
Mhm.
kind of kept working together, and we found that we were finishing each other's sentences, handing each other documents and POs before we even knew it. So it was just really natural. So we just had to keep working together.
I love it. So, the product started before you came,
Yes.
and so tell us about the product and the vision behind the brand.
Awesome. Thanks for asking, because that's really why we run the brand. So I like to tell my little story back here, just so you can kind of see it here. We prevent agricultural pollution. All of our bags are grown from a natural ravine plant we call it the seagrass or water hyacinth. Now, it only grows in certain parts of Thailand. So we have to actually have villagers go and source all of our material. They go out in the little boats you see in movies about Thailand, and they go and chop it all down. They lay it out to dry. It takes several days. Then we start having them hand weave every single bag that we have. These beautiful villagers. Now think about remote villages in Thailand, and they're impoverished, but they are very talented. So we're using their opportunity of having time, being able to give them time with their families, giving them flexibility with their schedule, and then they all work together. They're like families over there, and they just sit there and they weave these bags with their hands, holding it with their feet. And so we really love supporting the local artists there. Of course, that does give us sustainable fashion. And then my favorite part of the whole brand is that we do take a portion of our profits and put it into our RIA scholarship program. And we actually help send those villagers' families to school. But it doesn't stop there. We're part of this whole program that helps them even bring clean water to their villages, help them get power, and just all these wonderful things. And that's really why we're motivated to do this.
So, the plant that the straw, if you will, or the plant that is growing, do they make other things out of it, or is it just strictly for bags?
So originally, before like people like us who were interested in making bags, they actually just chopped it and burned it and made a pollutant. So it's
Mm,
villagers like our teams that have gone in and tried to make other things. So they do make baskets and
I
home
see.
goods and those types of things. But it's kind of just more like just in this region. So we're able to design things. We can do samples. Everything's one of a kind. It's like a piece of art. So it's really wonderful to be able to develop those with the artisans themselves.
And they make a fair wage.
Yes.
And do you communicate with them over email? Do you have to go there every few months to check on their production? How does the communication work?
Great question, because that would be an extremely hard challenge for anybody, especially if you don't know the language. Now,
Right.
fortunately, Pam, who I have a little picture of her here, she is Thai, and her whole
Oh,
family is in Thailand. So her mom, it's kind of like a family business, and all of our family members are thrown into the work. Her mom actually runs the entire Thai side of the business. So her mom is the one directly working with the villagers, going over them, checking with them, making sure everything's correct. She does all the quality control. We have other family members that help with the shipping and the boxing and getting it on the freights and everything like that. So it's wonderful to be able to have the whole Thai side taken care of. We trust them. Pam speaks the language with them. So
mhm.
communication is actually okay. It's just the time difference. But then I would say any kind of communication that gets a little lost would be because I'm telling Pam and Pam's telling her
Mm-hmm.
mom, and then her mom's telling the villagers, and it's more like getting lost in translation. But mostly it's very minimal. We feel like we've really gotten on top of it. And I think it'd be very difficult for someone to do it if they don't speak the language.
I totally agree, especially if you got to have people that speak really good English and you got to have people that really speak, obviously, in this case, very good Thai or whatever the dialect is. And I'm sure it's different in different regions in
Yes.
Thailand. So you got to have that exact dialect for them to understand and really execute your vision, what you're looking for. So, my next question is, so the brand has been around for 7 years. How has the product line grown since you have been there? Tell us a little bit about what you sell, and then we're going to show some examples.
Great. So I do have some bags behind us that we could be talking about. The brand originally started back 7 years ago. Pam actually just started it as a hobby. She bought a bag in Thailand, brought it back. Someone said, I want to buy it. She sold it to them, went back to Thailand, bought another one. And so originally
Wow.
just started with one bag she was carrying on her shoulder, which is actually the bag that you have right there called the Caitlin. That's the flagship bag, which I'm sure you're going to show off. But it does hold a full-size laptop. It's day to night, has the zipper on there. So this is actually the same design, but new patterns and
Oh, I
colors.
have stuff in
Exactly.
there. I'm sorry. Sorry, I've been
uh,
using it. Just
no,
kidding.
that's great. And you can put your
Let me get
laptop too.
let me get my crap out of here. Hold on. Okay, so here is the inside. It is super cute. It has this really nice palm artwork pattern on it. Let me get back so you can see it. It's made really well. So when I inquired about this interview, Fashion Besties, they were like, sure, you can interview us. That sounds great. And I was like, I kind of need a product. I'll send it back if you want me to. I just need to take a couple of videos. They're like, no, 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 keep it. And I've been using this all summer. And I'm telling you, I wear it with dresses. I wear it to the beach. I wear it going over to someone's house for the pool, like going out to lunch. I didn't know I could put my laptop in here. Just kidding. I'm going to start putting my laptop in here. But you were saying, please continue.
Oh yeah, no worries. So that style has come with us from the very start. We've just continued to change colors, improve. Mostly what we've done too is just improving little details, which takes time in a business. And those are things that you should look for too when you're shopping, right? Like looking for little details of metal hardware. You know, we work really hard to find quality where they don't rust, they don't
Mhm.
tarnish, they're able to move freely. That's kind of some hard things to look for when you are either a company or even if you are, you know, a customer, because you don't always know until you get home and start using it.
No,
So all those
totally.
little things take time. And then over the past couple years that I've been with the brand, we've gone through so many different style options. We've looked at some different types of grasses that do grow in other parts of Thailand. Of Thailand. So we've kind of expanded that way, and we work a lot of times in wholesale, which means that for your customers, when you travel, especially to Florida, especially to Miami, the Caribbean, we are just bonkers out there. So you will see a lot of us out there. So we like to work directly with those shops to find out, what do your customers want? What colors is your customer looking for? So we love being able to talk to people like your customers to find out how we can improve our brand.
I love that. So you're in the Bahamas, you're in Mexico,
Oh
correct?
yeah. Oh yeah.
And then, so those are your biggest accounts. So and correct me if I'm wrong, do you go to the resort store and and you're like, hey, this is what we have. And then that's where, because people are on vacation, they want a bag or they want something specific, to remember their trip by. I know
Yes.
the resort we go to a place in Cabo and I was very impressed with their merchandise. I mean, I'm a tough critic, but they have beautiful stuff. They have really high-end designer brands. So I commend you because that's the person who's buying your bag,
Yes.
obviously.
Yes, exactly. And you're right. The resorts are pretty much where we mostly are because, like you said, you're on vacation. You want to commemorate your
Mhm.
tropical stay. A bag like yours has the palm print. We have candles that have palm print. We have all kinds of stuff. And then we also have things that are not palm print too, to kind of keep a classic option. So you're totally right. Resorts just eat us up. It's really what you want when you get there. You're like, I need this for my trip.
Yes, yes. Tell us about the children's bags that you have. Super
Oh,
cute.
great. Yeah, I have these behind me here. So I will say that this was kind of some of the products that were starting the brand as well as we expanded before I got here. So what makes these extra special, not only are they hand woven like the other bags, but then they are hand stitched. So they're worked over 2 or 3 times, maybe multiple artists, and it's just unparalleled. I think it's really funny that we started this off as a kids line because we're like, I was worried that it was going to be really fragile, but it's not. This one's actually been used by our children for years and it looks brand new.
I mean, it looks totally new.
Yeah, and it's a backpack. So they wear it
Oh, it's a
all the time.
backpack. I love that.
And then for the little girl, we have a little tote. Also, women love the little tote, and we have them in lots of colors. So we're really proud of these because it really showcases our artisans, which again, for us is very important.
I see that. So I want to show this bag that you were so generous to send me as well. And it has this toggle clasp here. And then you open it. I mean, it's almost like a cosmetic case a little bit, I would think. And then you can put your hair stuff in it. You can use it as a pocketbook. You can use it, as a travel bag. I just thought this was such a cute shape. And I don't really have anything like this. To me, this is timeless and classic because you can style it a bunch of different ways. And when you buy a bag like this, correct me if I'm wrong, because you're the expert. When you buy a bag like this, is it true? Is it water resistant? Not waterproof, but is it water? Like, could it get splashed in is it?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so think it's just a grass, right? So it's something natural.
okay.
If it say you accidentally dropped it in the ocean, oops, right? I mean, sorry for
Oops.
your cell phone. Sorry for your cell phone, but this bag can just sit outside. If it gets a little bit smushed, because water sometimes happens, just put
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
dry towel, leave it in the sun, and then you're good to go.
I
That's
love
it.
it. And it's got what I like about it, and this one too, is the structure of it. It's not
Mhm.
flimsy. It's very hard, but not like I could smack somebody with it. It's just structured, so it's going to keep it shape. So if you go out to lunch, you can put it down. It's a conversation starter. Everything comes with a dust bag. And I think that is another kind of shtick that makes it important. Anybody can go to a big box store and buy a discount bag, but it just makes it a little nicer, in my opinion. So if it's winter and it's snowing and you're like, I'm not using my straw bag, you can put it in here. And it's just a really nice element to have. So I was very impressed. And I'm not just saying that because I don't review products I don't like. Let's just be honest. So I was so grateful and flattered that you guys sent me these. I did take a couple of videos with it. I'm going to take some more videos, but I want to talk about what is when I say the future, what are some products that you guys are thinking about that are in the works?
Okay, so that's a great question because that is my job. I like to be creative, probably just like you and other fashion people are typically creative people, right? We like colors and styles and to think outside the box. So
Mhm.
we're always working on so many things. And we like to talk with everybody we know to find out what people like and how to develop it. So right now, like especially as we're going into the cooler months, we're really working on like expanding our home decor line, and also, I'm really working on our wine line and our wedding line.
Wait
That
a
way, we're
minute.
ready to go in.
Hold up, back up. Okay. So first of all, talk about the home decor. Let's talk about that first.
So we already have home decor like baskets, lots of different sizes, which also even people, they like to even use as decor, or
Right.
put their plant in there, those types of things. So we've already have those. And we've already expanded to lots of candles and coasters, but we're just going to keep going and expanding to even more items. So again, yeah, any feedback you guys have, feel free to let us know. We love hearing about it, whether it be color or shape or size. We do like to maybe even play into everyone's recommendations. And then again, wineries, if we develop all those things now, when we get everyone's input now, come wedding season, our wedding line and our winery line, as those two events pick up,
Are
we'll be
you
ready to
are you
go.
are you making wine?
We're not making wine, but we're working with several wineries on being able to give them the wine baskets or
Oh.
giftables or wine totes. We also do customization. So if you think about maybe your favorite winery, maybe you want a special wine bag with their brand on it. So those are types
Oh.
of things that we work on as well.
And maybe you could do like corporate gifts,
Absolutely.
you could do corporate gifts. So, okay,
Yes.
so you've got children, you've
Yep.
got home decor, wine, wedding. And so tell us about wedding. Are you doing little things for like favors? Tell us about
So
that.
things like chargers, that's the flat part that goes under the plates. And we have
Oh,
different designs because you know that really brings the elements together, that texture, the color, all those things all of us creatives are thinking about. And then everything, just think of like when you walk up to a wedding and you see that beautiful table that you're assigned to
yes.
with their little name card, all those little things. So, you know, making all the little details for that, napkin rings and whatever, all those little holders that you just end up shopping for on your wedding. But then also too, we've also had customization on a lot of our bags. So we'll have a bride and she'll get whichever style she likes for herself, and then we'll customize it with maybe the word bride or their name, or maybe they like little phrases, and then maybe they'll get matching bags for all their bridesmaids.
Is it painted or is it woven in?
We have options. So it could be
Okay.
painted,
Okay.
it could be woven, it could be monogrammed on top, just depending on, honestly, the timeline's important too, because if they need it straight away, our options will get more limited. But
Let's
yes, we have options.
Okay, let's talk about price for a minute.
Mhm.
So for this tote, okay, what is the retail price for and this is a pretty big tote. So what is the retail price for this?
So that bag is 185, which I think is an absolute steal. If you
Okay.
think about that art that somebody put into, and don't forget, you're helping families go to school, get clean water. Like, what a steal, right? It's part of like a donation and a timeless classic bag. Now, as you mentioned before, other bags are out there. They're not sturdy. They might last only one season. So really,
Mhm.
you're investing into a long-term piece. And all the pieces we have, even from 7.5 years ago, they all look brand new.
Yeah, I mean, and forgive me for my ignorance. $185. How far does that go for a family in one of these villages?
So we kind of equate it to, it's hard to say like each dollar. We try to say each bag because it gets a little bit confusing.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because it's just harder to explain and keep track of. But what we do is we pool all of we'll call it a donation. We
Mhm.
pull it all together, and then it goes to this foundation that works with us and some other people like us who are putting on their foundations. They pool all the money, and then they go to this organization and they find out what they need, and then
I
they
see.
allocate it to it. So maybe they need it for education, maybe they need a new roof on the school, maybe they need clean water or whatever it is that they need. They need books. And then we kind of work with them to find out how's the best way we can help them.
Do you look around your living room, and I'm not saying that you're like wasteful or anything like that, but do you look around and you're like, oh my God, like they could have every single one of these toys and my kids would never know? Like, do
Oh,
you?
yeah.
I mean, that's what I would think. I would be like, they can have this and they can have this and they can have this. So it's a different lifestyle to, I think, to give people an opportunity, a career, women to get ahead so they're not second
Absolutely.
class citizens, education, all of these things that are building better communities for, because you're giving them jobs.
Right.
You just cannot put a price on that. I mean, I'm just using myself as an example. And I think everyone, I mean, San Diego is not a cheap place to live, let's be honest. Okay. Or anywhere in California, to be honest with you. So it's like, let's just say we pay $1,000 for a bag. And, when it in perspective, where knowing where your clothes come from, knowing where your product comes from, knowing that it is making a difference in someone's life and that you're not participating in fast fashion and that you you're
Exactly.
a sustainable brand, it must feel really good to turn product. I'm speaking for you, but
Absolutely. That's why I always share our story. Even if, people don't end up being customers, they do love to hear our story. So for me, again, like I mentioned earlier, that's the reason we run the business. That's what keeps us motivated. Also showing that inspiration to our own daughters. And of course, they all want to be like mom. So now they
Of
all want to work for
course.
the business. They've all been to Thailand. They've seen the children. They're also very motivated to work for the mission. Not that we're putting them to work, but they
No,
like to
of
volunteer.
course. Every child needs to see another child that has nothing. I mean,
Yes.
in my opinion, I'm just saying that because that puts things in perspective. When you're 8 and you're complaining about what you don't have, and then you see somebody else who has no shoes and they have no central air, and it's a privilege for them to go to school. It's just a bigger it's a bigger project, and it's a bigger mission than just selling bags. You can sell bags all day, you can sell whatever, but the difference I think that you guys are making to really impact someone else's life is what sets you guys apart. Everybody needs to make money. Okay, like this is not a secret. Everybody wants to make money, but when you can help somebody along the way, that's what drew the interest to me, because here at the Fashion Crimes podcast, all we love to do is support women owned businesses. Now, so I know men too, men too, but I don't really, I really seek out women owned businesses. So my customers and my fashion besties, listeners can understand that, hey, next time I need to buy a gift, maybe I'll buy from Seeing Grass. Maybe I'll do that. Instead of going to the mall, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I remember her and it made a huge impression on me. That's what we're trying to do. That's the movement. And that's why I want to support people like you, because I want more people to do that. Right. So let's use a platform to tell everybody what you're doing. The more you sell, the more it's a win-win. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
It's just a win-win. And you guys are only getting bigger, right?
Of
You're
course, yeah.
I'm sure you're on track, to double your sales or whatever you can do to expand your line. I saw that you had a piece of luggage. Am I right?
Oh, yes. Can I tell you about it for one moment? It's my
You
favorite
may.
piece. We call it the showstopper because everyone stops, even if we're at the airport or just on the street, walking to our car, people always stop. Now, what makes it the most special is that there's only one person in the world who can make that. So she doesn't want to share her talent, of course,
Hmm.
and get the corner on her market. So we're very fortunate that she is our person. And we do have limited stock on that. Obviously, it's a very unique product. It's absolutely gorgeous. We have that palm lining in the luggage. If you didn't know, that was a new
Oh, I
feature.
didn't see the inside. I bet. Tell us what it is. Tell us what it is.
So it is a carry-on luggage. It's all hand woven. It has really high quality hardware. That way it doesn't rust. Also, when it is shipped to us from Thailand, sometimes it is a little wet. So we need to make sure that we have the high
Mm-hmm.
quality hardware. It has the black pull up on there. Now, we don't recommend you check it because you might not get it
I
back because they're
agree with
probably going to
you.
keep it.
I was about to say it is a special piece that if you're driving somewhere for the weekend, or you're going to the beach for the weekend, or if it's in your possession, this is not something you want the fucking luggage handlers like tossing
Yes.
around on the nasty belt. Like I will say that, okay? That's the disclaimer. But it is adorable. It is. What is the size? Do you know the dimensions?
I can grab it for you. It's just the size of a carry-on, just a normal
Okay.
size for that.
So
Yeah.
it's a smaller thing that you can carry,
Yes.
that you can throw like your bathing suit in or whatever. And it does have to be cared for. We will say that it, like you said, we can't just throw it around, but it is really special and really cute. And it's got these wheels on the bottom. And like you said, it's got the pop-up handle. So what a great gift for a bride, like her bachelorette weekend, whatever.
Yes.
I just thought it was really cute.
Yes.
And I've never seen anything like that. Is it
And now
hard?
you know why.
Yes. Is it hard underneath? Is it a hard case covered? with the straw?
Yeah, so it is very strong. I would say it's a good size for like a weekender, like you mentioned. And
Right,
don't
right.
forget, like you also mentioned before, it comes with the dust bag.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
you have that ready at any time you need that, whether your personal items are in there or not, you always have that there.
It's just so cute. I've never seen anything like that. And I will say that I do have the away luggage and we really love it, but the color shows a lot of dirt. So that's something, of course, you once you give it to the airlines, it's anyone's game. I mean, that's just what it is when you travel. But this is something that you want to keep, definitely in your possession or put it in the overhead or like I said, if you're driving somewhere, like it's a super cute bag. Are there
Yeah.
any other cute things that we need to know about that are coming out?
So this one is already out, but it's my favorite bag. So I wanted to show it to you. And I think that you'll like it because you love, variety and you love fashion. This
Yes.
is called the Laurel. It looks like this. It's a little hand carry. It's perfect for day to night. And I'll show you why. It has gold hardware, so it makes it more of a night look. And it has this awesome gold chain and it closes up right here.
Super
And
cute.
it's got such a cute day to night look. Fits a cell phone, fits, you don't need everything during the
Right, right,
night.
right.
So it comes with the dust bag, has pockets, and it has a very secure clasp. So this is actually the bag I like when I go dancing because I want to move around
Yeah, yeah,
and I like
yeah.
to have different color options, which we have pink and blue and ivory. This is a caramel. This is a newer color. We have blush. We have lots of colors, but I just love it. And this color I like because it matches my jacket that I have at home when I like to go out for concerts and stuff. And it's actually the perfect size for a concert. You know how they have like a little rectangle on the wall and you
Yeah,
can't bring a purse bigger than that? It's
yeah.
literally the right size by coincidence.
I just think it's different from, the other bags that you have. I do love the clutch. I want to be honest. I do love the clutch, but I do really love the chain because when you're holding a bunch of stuff, it's hard. It's nice to have that as a crossbody. So
Yes.
I
It's also
do.
removable too. So if you don't want the chain, just pop it
Oh,
off.
do you have it? Would you consider going into jewelry or anything like that? Do you have anything in the
Yeah.
works?
Good question. So actually, Pam started off with the jewelry, some Thai jewelry first. But as you probably know, the jewelry market is very saturated.
Mm-hmm.
And even though they were special, they were still handmade. It was very hard to compete with production line, which is true in any business.
Sure.
But when we make bags, we don't really have competitors. Versus jewelry, there's a zillion of
Right.
them, right?
Right.
Because this is so unique. So we did used to do jewelry. Well, we might still try it again, but we found that, our buyers and our customers are like, yeah, but that's not as special as everything else you have.
So
So,
so tell us about your social media. Tell us how we can find you. Give
oh
us all the
yes.
goods.
Well, I highly recommend you check out our Instagram because it's absolutely beautiful. Our social media team is great. It's really fun. So you'll like that, of course. But of course, you can purchase us too on our own website, which is candgrass spelled out.com. We're also on places you might be familiar with, like Wolf and Badger, Masonette. Again, we're in all those resorts. You'll find us at some Ritz-Carltons, Four Seasons. But the most convenient for you would just be going online so you don't have to go anywhere and you can have your bag before your vacation.
And what is the lead time? Do you get it immediately? Do you ship immediately?
Yes.
Or okay, so you are okay.
Yeah. And
All
it'll
right.
ship from San Diego, not from Thailand, just to
Oh,
clarify.
okay. That's good to know because some people are like, a lot of these bathing suit companies, it just takes a long time, it takes a long
Yes.
time. So that's good to know. I want you to give us a fashion or style mantra or truth bomb or something that you live by.
Yes.
If you have anything, my truth is your style has to elevate with your age, otherwise you get stuck. So, do you have like a tidbit of words of wisdom you could give our fashion besties?
Absolutely. Something I tell everybody, especially because I've worked in retail and I have had to give advice on style, is buy what you love. Fashion changes. Make sure you're stuck with something you love. Who cares if people change their fashion ideas? Don't get stuck with something you don't want in a year. Buy what you love. Another way to help you find what you love is buy the colors you love. People don't realize, but when they walk into a store, they're wearing all their favorite colors. Their car is probably one of those colors. When you go to their house, or the decors are probably those colors. So you should probably buy one of those colors that always matches your outfit. Or if you're like me and I like to be bold, I get the exact opposite color, the contrasting color.
That's good. That's a good, truth bomb. I'm always looking for style advice other than me because, again, you see it, you're around it every day. In the accessory market, there's not many people doing what you do, and there's certainly not many people making a difference and changing the world, and empowering women the way that you do. So we appreciate you and we commend you for doing that. And we want to thank you for the world work that you're doing and empowering women, not only who customers who buy your product, but women, in other areas that are really building the building blocks for your business. I think you had a special surprise for the Fashion Besties. You want to tell us what it is?
Yes. So because we love you so much, Holly, and I just am so appreciative that we're able to share our story with you and with your friends as well. I wanted to offer a 20% off coupon for our own website, candgrass.com. And Holly, your special code is very easy to remember. It's just Holly20. So go
Yeah,
to
and grass.
candgrass.com and you put in that Holly20 and Holly's going to help you get a 20% off discount.
Y'all better take advantage of that because these bags are cute. Like, I'm just saying, they're super, super cute. They go with anything. And again, it doesn't matter what your style is, if that's the difference. Good style has no like specific genre, right? Like, if I'm super funky and I'm like fringe, and which I am, fringe and studs and leather, which is I wear a lot of that. I would never sneeze at this bag because it goes with everything. It's not conservative. It's not like, old lady or anything like that. It's ageless and it's timeless and it's never going to go out of style. That's a good buy, right? That's a good
Yes.
buy than, a studded leather bag that I have that I overpaid for that I might or might not like, in 10 years, which I can't confirm or deny if I did or not buy. So, again, that's why I encourage you to really check out their product. Maybe if it's not for you, maybe it's for a friend, maybe it's for a bride. Maybe it's for somebody who, lives at the beach or who doesn't have access. I always want to give a voice, to people that don't live in really high fashion areas like New York, LA, whatever. You live in those places, you get it, you see it, you're around it. Even if you're not a fashion person, you understand you got to keep up, you got to get it. You live in Paducah, Kentucky, you live somewhere in Wisconsin, you live in Minnesota or wherever in the middle of East Jesus, nowhere. You just don't see it. You're not around it. So it's harder, I think, for people to really understand what the style is because everybody's, you're not around, it's not like you live in New York, right? So again, go to Sea and Grass, connect with Malia, connect with Pam. She's amazing. She's just too busy to talk to us tonight. No offense taken, but we would love to have you back. We want to keep up. We will be following you. We will be purchasing your product. We will be sharing the QR code with all the besties, Holly20, put that in the code. And I cannot thank you enough for your time, for what you do and making a fabulous bag. Look how cute, y'all. So cute. Love it. Any final thoughts?
Let me think here. Oh, I do also wanted to add to your fashion. I also wanted to expand on the fashion advice, kind of going more into what I had said. I always like to recommend too to just always be you. Everyone else is taken. You do what you like.
That's
You
right.
like a purple strap for something? Get purple. Who cares if Joey doesn't like purple or Sarah doesn't like purple? Get what you love. be you. There's nothing wrong with that. And confidence is the most sexy thing you can have. So being you keeps
Amen.
you sexy.
Amen to that. I always say people that are obsessed with celebrity culture, every country, I don't care where you live, is obsessed with celebrity culture, but they're already doing that. You can get inspiration from that, but nobody's you. Nobody does what you do or wears it the way you wear it. So take the ball and run with it. Malia, thank you so much for your time. We love you. seeandgrass.com. Follow them on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else they are. Watch their cute little videos and their customer tutorials. I have a video I'm going to send to them so they can post it. This episode is going to be evergreen. So if you have any questions for her, make sure you hit them up on their email. I think it's hello@seeandgrass.com. Is that right? So hello@seeandgrass, and you will come back. Yes, you will. You will come back and give us some more products and keep up when we are following you. And maybe, maybe you'll go and conquer the world, and we're going to be right there watching you.
Awesome. I'm so happy for you guys to follow our journey and for us to do it together. Thank you so much for having us and continuing to share our story and our passion for all of this.
Well, we love you, Malia, and we love Seeing Grass and women-owned businesses that are making a difference in the fashion industry for the better. Yes, my name is Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist, the hostess with the mostest, and as always, the only Holly you need to know. Send me an email, send me a DM, Holly at Fashion Crimes Podcast, Holly at hollycatstyling.com. If you know someone who needs fashion help, please send them this podcast, send them to me, ask me questions, send me smoke signals, send me snail mail, whatever y'all want to do. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast, and we are out.